Good morning, dear friends. Hopefully the sound's gonna be smoother today. We are welcoming a new day together, and this new day comes with hope. You know that you and I are evolving, we are progressing. That life on earth is temporary, but our essence is immortal. We are immortal, and our path is for sanctification. What is sanctification? Emmanuel, in the book Vineyardoflight, brings to us chapter 139. He says, it is the sanctification. And he quotes Jesus as written in John chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify yourselves in the truth. Now Emmanuel delivers to us a wonderful, deep, important message. We cannot forget that when directing himself to the Father in the last moments of the apostolate, Jesus pleaded that the disciples sanctify themselves, for they would stay in the flesh. It is very meaningful to observe that the Master did not ask for privileges and for any easy pathway for his followers. He did not recommend that the Lord, the Supreme Lord, situated his friends in palaces, enchanted in pleasure. Neither he asked for particular privileges. In the contrary, he pleaded to the Father to sanctify them in the human form. Therefore, it is understandable that the sincere disciples receive the providence with its purifying elements in works and beneficial testimonies. On earth, almost always, our duty and responsibility seem to smash them. No, Lupi, no. However, the word of the gospel is clear in the terrain of eternal conquests. We do not refer to the ephemeral rewards. We highlight spiritual growth, divine illumination, redeeming perfection, still inaccessible to the common understanding. In reality, the Lord announced sacrifices and suffering to the followers, highlighting, however, that he wouldn't leave them orphans. They would be called to humiliating interrogations. However, he would never fail in his sublime inspiration. The followers would be troubled, but not anguished, persecuted, but not forsaken. They would receive blows and deceptions. But they would not be absent of hope and consolation. They would withstand human misunderstanding. However, the superior designs would act in their favor. They would suffer flagellations in the world. However, their pains would sustain the barns of grace and consolation for the afflicted. Many times, they would be in the last places amongst human individuals to become the first ones in the cooperation with the divine worker. They would be arrested, but they would count on the presence of the angels through the songs of glorification. They would carry out scars for celestial signs. They would tolerate sarcasm as an honorable service to the truth, persecuted and tortured. The followers of the Christ would represent the living letters of the Christ to humanity, sufferings and humiliated servants in the flesh. They would march towards the imperishable light. They would escalate the Calvary of pain, withstanding crosses, encountering, however, the so-called resurrection crowned by glory. Effectively, thus, the collaborators of the gospel are, in general, anonymous and despised in the traditional spheres of the earth. However, for them, the Master repeats at all times the sublime words, "You, my friends, are given everything that I have heard from my Father. I've given you to know." I know this message is longer than usual, but why? Why does Emmanuel come today? I know you may be in a hurry, right? We live in a life nowadays that we're always from point A to Z, in a flash, in a moment. But hold on, let's be mindful. Let's be in this moment, the present. Breathe. This is more important than anything else, because it gives us guidelines for safety in a reincarnation. When you meditate on your life, do not say, "Oh, my life is always a mess. I'm always sacrificing. I'm always the one who gives to others and others abuse of me." That's the wrong way, right, Lupi? Yes, that's a wrong way of analyzing things. That's not right at all. Not right at all. Why? Because we are here to learn to become more altruistic and selfless. And it hurts. You know, when they say, Jesus says, you suffer, what is going to suffer? Our ego. But that's great. Oh, but people don't understand when I talk about God. Great. You know why? Because in previous lives, we didn't understand those who understood of God. And we complicated their pathways. In previous lives, there were people who were committed to Jesus, and we created problems. And now we are here with our groups, wherever we are, living in our communities in general, in our families, repairing the damage. But it has to be with patience. Of course, the ego is gonna suffer, and let it be, because our ego does not help us. No, we need to strengthen the self, the divine in us. And Jesus is always with us. God is always with everyone, actually. So you and I today need to repeat throughout the day, I am born to sanctify myself. How do we sanctify ourselves? By sublimating the ego in us. This message is deeply profound and is a call to an inner calibration, inner adjustment. Let us do it. Thank you, Vladimir, for your feedback. Now, you and I will pray, absorbing this call. Shall we, friends? We visualize Master Jesus with us, loving and kind, model and friend, doctor of our souls. We feel your presence, Master. We rejoice with your calming presence, delivering to us the needed elements for our own adjustment. We visualize you and your team of doctors, nurses, and therapists applying onto us the energy medicine that we need. We visualize illuminated hands caressing our heads and calming feelings, healing our deviations, strengthening our minds in the waters of your love. We visualize healing molecules coming from you, treating us. We visualize love in our homes, a bouquet of healing flowers kindly placed on our dining table by the therapists of the beyond, emanating calm, emanating harmony, peace in our homes. We visualize the illuminated presence of the angels at work in our neighbor's home, in our children's school, blessing teachers, in every hospital, in every clinic, every healthcare provider in this world, those who work in laboratories, analyzing the medical exams. May they feel diligent hands, caring for each and every one. We visualize the world being showered by this harmony, inviting us to partake in the feast of harmony. Thank you, dear Mother, Father God, for another day, and so be it. It is the sanctification in the truth. Yes, our ego is being challenged, and that's life. Thank you, friends. Let us sanctify ourselves today, allowing the divine to come forth. Thank you, dear Lori. Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you, Katya. Thank you, Slavik. Thank you, John. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, friends. We wish you a beautiful day and night. Right, Lupi? Yes. In sanctification.